the Wallabies just bullied the Lions in their third and final test of the Lions tour to Australia. And now we look forward to South Africa. Australia are due to visit South Africa for some tests. And this is going to be fun. And it's going to get even more brutal. It's going to get even more physical. And are we going to see Will Skelton meeting his match? So let's break it down and see if the Wallabies can go toe-to-toe with the Springboks and enter their fortress at home. So as always, please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. Right, so first of all, the Wallabies showed real grit, real determination, real fight in their last two games for the Lions, right? They showed what kind of power they have. They also showed their ability to make stupid decisions as well, mainly, relating to Joe Schmidt, specifically Will Skelton and Rob Valetini. Talking about that, Will Skelton, I believe he was taken off as a precaution because of his previous injury. And same thing with Valetini. I believe he did end up picking up a knock in test 2, which ultimately had him ruled out of the third test. But Will Skelton was taken off on the third test as well in, the 60th minute, around there. So there's still no big surprise on anything that happens there. But South Africa is a completely different ballgame to the Lions. The Lions is just a mix and match of this player, that player, oh, there's this name, that name, and they are training together for a little while and try to put out the best team physically possible. The South Africans are a completely different ballgame. Let's be honest. We are talking about a team of brilliant players that were put together, comparing to a team of born and bred killers raised under Rassie Erasmus and his genius mastermind plan of destruction to take over World Rugby. He's willing to do anything and everything that it's going to take to get the result that he wants, even if it means playing on the wording of every single law and bylaw that is physically there. If there's a gray area, he's going to make the most out of it. He's going to flip it, and he's going to, just go into that finite detail that will make all of the difference. Completely different ball game. And on top of that, Australia are coming to South Africa. Now, we saw brilliance from Will Skelton. I hope we get to see more of him. We see Rob Valetini as well. I hope to see more of him. Angus Bell, I would love to see more of him. Taniela Tupou, I'd love to see more of him. Jorgensen, brilliant. Ikitau, brilliant. Suali'i, brilliant. Obviously, Ikitau, I do feel he fits a little bit better at that 13 role, but brilliant. Fraser McWright, brilliant. Harry Potter here and there, whether he should have started or not, different, but still brilliant. And this seems to be this will be a very difficult Wallaby side to beat if they are fully fit. If everybody is fit, available, and ready to go for this for this tour of South Africa, and the Springboks are not careful, we could definitely see the Wallabies walk away with a couple points. However low percentage that might happen, it is still a possibility. It really, really is. But when we're talking about South Africa, it's ridiculous. They lost twice last year, one to Argentina and one to Ireland. Now, Ireland was very, very, very small chance. Well, a small result. Same thing with Argentina. Very minimal points difference. But otherwise, I think they won 11 out of 13 games. South Africa are set for another big season. Really, really, really big season. The Springboks are also developing a whole new range of talent that are coming through the door. Just pick a position. It's just like, what? Whether you have Ruan Nochia, whether you have Evan Roos, whether you have Ethan Hooker, Kanan Moody, Sasha Feinberg. The list is ridiculous. Morne van den Berg, who really, really stood out and performed really, really well. But not only that, we're seeing players like Grant Williams play brilliant as well. We got a lot of talent here. Vincent Chituka, really performing. Really, really performing. So we got a lot of talent here. And I think Rassie is still going to be using this time to try to get the best out of his players, to try and work as best as possible, try to create a couple relationships, a couple partnerships. We still have the likes of Cheslin Colby, Damien Tialende, Kurtley Arendse. We've got Jesse Creel, Kwacha Smith, Eben Etzebeth, Sia Khaleesi, Oxenche, Malherbe. We got Mostert. We got Ntlabakanye. We got, Bongi. It's a lot of experience, a lot of youth, a lot of partnerships that can be molded, a lot of mentorships that are being developed as well to help replenish that kind of quality and experience. We talk about it, Andre Esterhuizen as well, who's an absolute beast, who's still within his 30s, but still able to really bang as hard as physically possible for a good couple of years. So South Africa are by no means short of talent. They are by no means short of up-and-coming quality, but also players playing their best rugby right now, whether it's in Japan, whether it's in Ireland, South Africa, wherever they are. Serious talent. I mean, even Archie Snyman, he's 30 years old? So he's in his prime, coming into his prime. He's still got another year before he probably hits his best rugby. So the Bok pack is going to be very difficult. We saw the likes of the Aussies being very physically dominant. But this is not going to fly with South Africa. South Africa are going to want it. They're going to yearn for it. This is something that they're going to be pushing for. We might even see Manie Libbok kick another, 2-yard kick to Andre Esterhuizen and force a scrum. So the South Africans want the set pieces. They want the lineouts. They want the scrums. They want the physicality. The only way the Aussies are getting anything out of this is if they play phase play, if they keep the Springboks going. But even then, they are very difficult to break down. So whether you play phase play, good luck. Because the South Africans are still going to force you into going into a broken play situation, break it into set pieces, moving on from there, and then use that physicality to their own advantage. They have Will Skelton, who is a towering monster, a towering human being, which I don't even understand how he is a human being. But we have Eben Etzebeth, who by no means is short. Like for like. Nick Frost, yeah, he's brilliant. Ruan Nochia. Archie Snyman. Where's that power coming from? Oxenche. Malherbe. Mostert, Nhlabakanye, Bongi. Power. Serious power. Jan Hendrik Wessels, Kobus Visa, Jasper Visa. Forwards that are just packed with just pure muscle. I swear, it looks like they came out of the womb with a 6-pack, a bottle of Clippies and, just with a rugby ball attached to him. South Africa are born and bred for this. It is their bread and butter. What are the Aussies going to do? Are they going to face them head on and go and try to match them physicality for physicality? I don't think so. They are going to need to try and play around the Springboks. This might be me being biased, but at the end of the day, anything is possible. Likelihood, very low. But the Aussies are developing some serious talent. We saw Jorgensen, his quick feet, cause just the Lions nothing but trouble. Nick White as well, really getting into the heads of the Lions, doing a very, very good job of getting into the heads of the Lions. He's going to have a little bit of a harder time doing that to the Springboks. Again, the Springboks are built for this. Rassie probably has them prepared in torture chambers for these exact moments. So when the Springboks come in, they are cold, calm, calculated killers. So this is bound to be a big set of games. And if the Wallabies are able to get anything out of this, kudos to them, because it's going to take a lot. It really, really is going to take a lot. And they better not be having Tazano crying and Schmidt moaning and complaining because something happened, and then saying, oh, we're keeping them out because of social abuse. Oh, we're keeping him out because his feelings were hurt. He's going to have a lot more to worry about than just his feelings being hurt. Grown-ass man. Get on with it. But, again, set pieces. Ingenious plays. Rassie ball. Jacques Paper, or Jaco Paper, who's an ex-ref, understands the game very well. Understands what they can do, what they can't do, what they can get away with, where there's grey areas in the laws, what can be molded with. Yeah. Rassie has the Avengers next to him. He has some of the best coaching staff in world rugby next to him. Yeah. The only way the Wallabies are going to get out of this is to go around the Springboks. They're going to have to play wide. They're going to have to play fast. They're going to have to keep up a pace that South Africa cannot manage throughout the entire game. But they need to stop South Africa from stopping the game first, to really start putting in their dominance. If they are able to keep the game going, to keep the game flowing, playing wide, using players like Jorgensen to really utilize those wide channels, they could actually be in for a good shout. But I can't see this happening. So, looking at it, the Lions tour was actually a very good stepping stone for the Wallabies. A very, very good stepping stone for the Wallabies. Showed a lot of promise, showed a lot of grit, showed some quality as well. But the Springboks and the Lions are two different ball games. We are talking about a team that has been developed over years and years of pain and just destruction over a team that was built and just, plucked together. You know, they're just like, oh, I like you, I like you, I like you. Okay, here you go, and try to get the best out of them. Not going to work with South Africa. So drop your predictions in the comment section below. Do you think the Aussies can get anything out of their tour to South Africa? I'd love to hear your thoughts and your reasoning. Please give me reasoning why you feel the Wallabies will be able to take points off of South Africa in South Africa. Guys, comments, as always, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.